Hello, 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 everybody. It is finally Chrissy Hannes coming to you live in the Global Inspiration Stamp Team for our One Sheet Wonders. I am just trying to pull myself up so I can see comments. I know it's short notice that I was going live, so hopefully I'm in the right place. Global, yep, I see myself. Let's mute. Just trying to. Oh, let's mute that computer. We don't need to hear myself twice. Okay, so I am here to do my One Sheet Wonders. Lo and behold, at last. So let me just say, when I say it's been a couple weeks in this Florida residence, well, welcome from, I would say sunny Florida, but it is not sunny. It is what we call cold. I think it's currently 46 degrees out, so I'm out here in the she shed with the heater on, trying to stay warm. So my One Sheet Wonder is going to use the Modern Christmas stamp set. So I know non-traditional Christmas colors, but you could definitely make this red. You could make it a true blue. You could make it green. I love Coastal Cabana even at Christmas. So I'm going to make 7 cards out of this. So there's 2 of this one, 1 of this one, 2 of this one, and 2 of this one. Okay? So this will make 7 cards total. I will only make 4 of them with you because I'll make 1 of each. Okay. So I've done all of my embossing ahead of time. I've cut everything, done my die cutting. We just got to stamp the insides and put these cards together and cut our designer series paper. So as I was saying, when I say it's been a long few weeks. Hi, Vicki. Thanks for joining. It started just over 2 weeks ago. We had to rush our cat to the emergency vet in the middle of the night and had to make the hard decision to put her down. She was in congestive heart failure. And then, so that was on a Sunday morning. And then the last 2 Fridays ago, the Friday before the Thanksgiving here in America, our fridge decided to die. So we had to buy a new fridge. And then Saturday, our car a rock was thrown at our truck by some teenagers through some trees, and it shattered our windshield. And then we went through a round of stomach bug at our house, and then my husband decided a week ago Monday to have his appendix out. So it has been a rough few weeks here, to say the least. So let's get started and grab our 6x6 paper. This is the Modern, is it called Modern Christmas? Yeah, Modern Christmas 12x12 specialty paper, and we have it cut to 6x6. This is a 12x12 paper. Our first cut we're going to make at the 2-inch mark, like that. And then we are going to turn this and cut it at 3 inches, and that gives one piece like that. And we're going to take this piece and cut it at 1x3. So that gives us 2 pieces that are 1x3. On this one, we're going to turn it, so the 6-inch side, and we're going to cut it at 3 inches. Woo! Because it's already cut at 4. So we want the 6-inch top at the side, and we're going to cut it at 3 inches. Okay, and then this piece, you're going to take and cut diagonally in your paper trimmer. So you're going to put one point in the track and another opposite point in the track. When I do this, I like to hold my paper so it doesn't move, and I like to start in the middle and go down and up, and that way you don't snag your corners. So now we have 2 triangles. Okay, and then this piece we are going to cut at, let's see, what are we left with? 3 inches? We're left at 3 inches. Okay, so we want to cut it at, we want to flip it this way because that's the 4 inches. Yes, we want to cut it at 2. I had to remake these cards because I had them done for so long. So now we have our second piece that's 2x3, just like the front. And then this one we're going to cut in half at 1.5. Like this. And that's how you cut the paper. And this diagram will be in the PDF. So if you qualify to get the PDF. All the measurements for the One Sheet Wonder will be in there. So now I think it's going to be easiest to stamp our insides and get those done. So 6 of my cards go this long way. That's not cut right, is it? I need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one seems a little off. So let me trim that down just a tiny little bit, because we're going to layer it. Hi, Rosalind. Thanks for joining. 5 and an 8. It was just a smidgen too long. All right. So let's go ahead. So all 6 of my 7 cards go this direction and 1 goes this way. It's just the way. I don't know why I didn't make them all go the same direction, but some reason I didn't. And I'm going to take my Memento black pad. However, I have put it in the white pad that comes on inked. And the one that goes this way says Merry Christmas on the front. So we're going to go ahead and put 'Tis the Season on the inside. Like that. And then all the rest of them say 'Tis the Season on the front. So we're just going to make them say Merry Christmas. This is all the stamping I'm going to do with you guys, because I went ahead and did all of my heat embossing ahead of time, because it can be so loud on the camera. And I think by now all of you ladies know how to heat emboss. And if you don't and you're brand new, please get with your demonstrator, and I'm sure they'll be glad to teach you and give you some tips. Okay. Now you could take more of this paper, because it is 12 by 12, and line it on the inside. But I chose not to. But what I do like to do is this stamp set comes with these little lines, and I have I still have no idea what they're used for. I think they can fit in the ornament. I've had a lot of fun playing with this stamp set. Ginny used this stamp set during her presentation, and our cards are completely different. And I just love how that works. Okay, so then I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana. And what is it? How I've been using this piece? I guess I need a block, don't I? I just got my pre-order in too for the new mini catalog that's coming up in January, and now I'm excited to play with all those. So what I do is I just encase the Merry Christmas. I stamp it once like that, I flip it over, and it joins right up. And then it just kind of adds a little bit of whimsy to the inside and carries that Coastal Cabana in. Okay. So like I said, I've done all of the heat embossing ahead of time, so these cards should go together pretty quickly. And I used all gold embossing powder because the paper has the gold accents. So I know not everyone likes non-traditional Christmas colors, but I do. And I have some friends that really don't. They like non-traditional colors too, so these cards will... I'll have to erase that with my eraser later. I don't know what that is, but it's not coming off. I thought it was a piece of fuzz. So there's that, and then we'll do the same thing with the 'Tis the Season. It just gives it a little bit of decoration on the inside, like that. Okay, that's literally all the stamping. So now we literally just have to assemble our cards. Okay, so let's put these aside. Let's grab our card bases. So as I said, I'm only going to do 4 of the 7 because 3 of them repeat and are the exact same. So we'll put those 3 aside. And this is a really good, quick and easy one sheet wonder to really knock these cards out. And I can see me using it with some the new upcoming Valentine's paper that I just got in the mail to knock out quick and easy Valentine cards. The only thing that I pulled in and am not using that was part of this suite is the Traditions 3 Wreaths embossing folder. So I pulled that in just to give some texture to this black layer, because one sheet wonders tend to have a lot of blank space on them, and I struggle with blank space on my cards, so I thought adding some texture would help. So I'm going to adhere this layer with seal all the way around the edges because it is embossed, and it'll help it lay more flat. But you can use Tombow if you want. I just choose to use seal to put my folders down. And we're just going to layer this onto our card base like that. Nice even borders around the edges. How's the weather where everybody else is? I know for us here in Florida, when it gets to be this cold, I freeze. Like, I don't even want to leave my house. So now we're going to take one of the triangles that we cut, and all my measurements will be in my paper. So this again was 3 by 4, and we cut it on the diagonal. So I did a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 square, and I did the same thing to cut it on the diagonal. And with this, I can use my Tombow. So it's been cold here. We're supposed to have our annual Christmas parade on Saturday, and it's the biggest parade in our county, and of course it's calling for rain. And we're supposed to have a float. We're supposed to drive a float for our church, but it's looking like it's going to probably get canceled or rescheduled. And if it's rescheduled for next weekend, our church can't participate because that's our staff Christmas party. So, and those are kind of hard to reschedule at this time of year. So, we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm adding Tombow or liquid seal all the way around this one so it can adhere more to the embossing folder like this. And then we just adhere this down in the corner. So before I embossed this, I just put the triangle on there so that I knew where to put the Versamark. Okay. And there's card number 1 done. And then as far as, oh no, it's not done. Sorry, I lied. I die cut a tree using the Coastal Cabana and the gold embossing powder. And we are going to pop that up with dimensionals. I was like, that card's done. No, I thought it was too plain. Pop this one up with dimensionals. And then as far as embellishments, the only embellishment I did on some of these cards is the twine that comes with it. I didn't add any other because it already has the gold. And that way I know, I mean, if you have gold embellishments, go ahead and use them. But, or black even. I figured the gold and all the embossing powder and the gold in the paper was plenty. And then I pulled in my well, you can see it's well-loved twine that comes with this suite of products. And I just tied a little bow. I'm almost out of the black, so you can tell what color I choose to use the most. It also comes with white and gold. Or maybe it's very vanilla. I think it's white though. Okay, so I just tied a little bow, cut the tail off, like that. I like to tie it when it's on the thing because that's the only waste I have. And then I just used a glue dot, which where, oh, they're right here. And I take my Take Your Pick tool, which seems to have grown legs. It was actually put away. Amazing, huh? And I just roll up a glue dot into a tiny little ball. I'm like, it was actually put away. Usually they're buried under my desk. And I just put the bow on the top of the tree. Like that. And there's card number 1 done. So you would get 2 cards out of this. And then for my inside, we'll take a 4 by 5 1/4 black. And this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. That's really going to bug me. I'm going to have to get that off of there. And we'll adhere this to the inside. So you would get 2 of this pattern. And then I like to double layer my Christmas cards on the inside. I don't know why. To me, it makes it seem more complete. And way prettier than those store-bought cards, right? So there's card number 1. Okay, set that right there. It's hard to do these one-sheet wonders and not run out of room. All right, so then for this one, card number 2, we're going to use these 1 by 3 strips. So then I cut a piece of Coastal Cabana that's 3 inches by 4 inches. And we are just going to adhere these. I am still catching up watching videos from everybody's presentations. As I said, it has been a really rough couple weeks in this house. And I'm homeschooling Kennedy, so we have to fit school in. We're both loving it so far. So today for science, we made birdseed ornaments to hang outside on our bird feeder. And we made a volcano out of paper mache material that is now drying, and then we'll make a thing to erupt it. So that was our science today. And then we did math, and we did some reading. Okay, and then I'm going to take my black ink once again. I'm like, where is it? I just had it. And we're going to take that Merry Christmas, and it just fits perfectly right there. Like that. So I guess I have a little more stamping to do with you, besides the insides, but all the heat embossing I did ahead of time. And then I'm going to layer this onto the black as well. So as I said, I'll use more adhesive than I normally would because this is the 3D folder as well, so it's a little thicker than normal. And I'll put this on like this. Try to get even corners. Press it down really good to make it flat. And then this, we are going to, this we're going to pop up with dimensionals. Okay. So, is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm not even close. I haven't even started my Christmas shopping. Haven't even started. But luckily we know what we're getting the kids. My husband's finally feeling better and was cleared to drive today and goes back to work, and so that'll help. So now that he's feeling better, we can pick a day to go out shopping and get all our Christmas shopping done. Lucas is getting brand new golf clubs. And Kennedy is getting, she wants a camera. So I'm getting her a Polaroid camera and some other stuff. We're just going to pop that one up with dimensionals. This one I didn't use any twine on because I wasn't sure where to put it. And again, I didn't use embellishments because you have the gold accents of the paper. But you easily could add embellishments if you wanted to. And then this one gets the 'Tis the Season on the inside. I suppose you could do the Merry or the 'Tis the Season on the outside too. I just thought the Merry Christmas fit better with what we were working with space-wise out there. And there's card number 2 done. All right. There's card number 2. Set that one there. So now for card number 3, you would get 2 of these cards as well. So we need this and this. Give that a crease. We need another one of these blank black wreath ones. If you don't have this wreath folder, the birch would work. Really, there's quite a few that would work. But I thought the leaves were pretty. Center this on here again like this. Am I in the camera good? Yeah. And now this one is one of those 2x3s. So then we have a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Put that here. This will adhere down here. Come on. So I notice my tape gets stickier and harder to use when it's cold out because I'm out here in the shed. We're going to center this on here like this. And then I used one of the ornaments. Oh, come on. They're sitting on the table. Used one of the ornaments from the stamp set from the dies. And I took my 'Tis the Season in black. And you easily could heat emboss this in gold too. But I chose just to do the black. Let's put that 'Tis the Season there. I'm trying to get my stamp sets that are inked out of the way so I don't accidentally sit something in them that shouldn't be. And then I die cut 2 of these trees, the other tree, out of Coastal Cabana and heat embossed in the gold. So we're going to pop all of these up on dimensionals. And put these on the card. So I started with the ornament. So we'll put that here on the DSP. Okay, and then I just put a tree on each side. Oh, come off there. And I kind of lined the bottom of the tree with the bottom of my piece of Coastal Cabana. That way I knew I could get it even on both sides, or similar. Come on, peel off of there. All right, and then I'll tuck this one right here. And we'll add another bow from our well-loved twine that's almost empty. Bow. Again, we'll cut the tails or trim the tails a little bit like that. Push that out of the way, manipulate the ribbon, the bow, the twine, whatever it's called. Get another glue dot, roll it on up tight with our Take Your Pick tool. Stick it right here on the ornament and put down our bow. So I think the only thing I didn't use out of this suite is the gold hoops that come with it. So you would get 2 of this card as well. And then our, oh, I need to do my inside. Our final card you would also get 2 of. So I was able to get 7 cards out of one 6x6 piece of DSP, which I think that's pretty resourceful. Uh-oh, waiting for signal. I hope I'm still live. Look, it's so cold here that even our internet's not working right. I still look like I'm live. Let's hope so. There I am. There it comes back. Okay. Like I have myself on whatchamacallit. Do not disturb. Uses again the 'Tis the Season embossed, heat embossed on the black. And adhere this to the front of the card, like so. And I also, I'll show you, this uses the 1.5 by 2.5 inch square of DSP. So then this is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. So it's just itty bitty. So the lady, I obviously cannot take credit for this. I found this online. She used both of these. I think she only got like 4 cards out of hers, but I decided to split them up and get more use out of them. Okay, so that's going to go right here. This is going to adhere over here. So again, I dry fit this over here so I knew where to stamp my 'Tis the Season in the Versamark and heat emboss it. Okay, and then again, I took this tree and I put it right here. So very, very simple, easy to mass produce. I mean, the heat embossing does take a little bit of time, but I just did it, you know, I did it all at once to get it done and over with. I was going to say I just had my dimensionals, so what in the world did I do with them? Not that I don't have like 3 open packs on my desk, because I probably do. And then, because I figured Christmas cards are what we make, at least it's what I make the most of. So if I was like, if I can get more than 4 cards out of it, I'm going to. So I think I send about 230 cards a year. I know that's a lot, huh? It's a lot of cards. But we mail up to my husband's business, all his coworkers. I'm a staff member at the church, so all the staff members at church get one, plus all the family, friends, stuff like that. So I do make a lot of Christmas cards. And then we're just going to tie one last bow. I could have tied these bows ahead of time too, huh? But I didn't. I didn't think that far. Oh, I didn't tie that right. It's getting harder to tie because it's almost at the end. I have another pack, so I'll be able to finish my other cards, don't worry. So this is not in the mini catalog. This was one of the online exclusives that launched in November. So it is on the last chance list, and that did update today. And there's some great sales, so check that out. And the product of the month dropped today. So if you spend, at least in the US, if you spend $75 before discounts or rewards or anything like that, then you earn the product of the month for $5. And it's this month it's Pretty Blue Designer Series paper. So, and you would get, oops, it stuck to my finger and not the tree. Get off my finger. Oh, stick that glue dot right there. Stick our bow down on the tree. And there's that card. Do the inside real quick. And you would get 2 of this card as well. I put my lid back on, my glue, thinking I was done. So So again, if you place an order with your demo, you'll earn the PDF that'll have all the templates for the One Sheet Wonders and all the measurements of the card stock and other pieces we used. So place your order with your demo. Shop that last chance list that just updated. So there's card number 4 that we made tonight. So here's the 4 different designs you get out of it. And again, you get 2 of this one, 2 of this one, and 2 of this one, and just 1 of that one. So I hope you liked these. I hope you guys enjoyed our One Sheet Wonder. I hope this helped you knock out your Christmas cards if you were still making your Christmas cards. And our next event is in January, where we'll be bringing you brand new products from Online Exclusives and the new mini catalog that launches in January as well. I wanted to share you guys. So this is now my glue holder. So I attended a 3-day craft retreat last month with my upline Lisa Marie Smith. And this was one of our table gifts that her husband, it was a Christmas themed craft retreat. And he made these, 3D printed these. Aren't they cute? Little Christmas tree. And it holds our glue. I thought it was cute. So it just holds the tombow like that. I think it's adorable. So that was one of our table gifts one day. So again, I hope you guys liked my cards, and thanks for joining. Sorry I was so late. But again, if you watch this video, you'll hear about the rough 2.5 weeks we've had in this house in Florida. So until next time, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I hope you get to spend time with family and friends, and I just hope you guys all have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys in January. So until next time, bye.